Hey guys, I got another battle for you here. This is a UU battle against a good friend of mine from Pokemon Nation. You can definitely go there and check him out because he can definitely give you a good challenge. Now, it's my UU team, I changed it, I got rid of Smeargo, I realized it was overused, I'm an idiot. Anyway, so I found this drapion lying around my computer and he actually does a pretty decent job as a lead. And I just tried him out in this battle and he did a pretty decent job. Now, he's trained physical defense, he's pretty bulky in defense, so I was surprised they took so much from the Brave Bird, but anyway, it's Stab and Staraptor is pretty good in attack anyway. So I think I can take another one, so I set another layer of toxic spikes, so now anyone that comes in is going to be toxic. And he goes obviously into Donphan to go for Rapid Spin, and I see that coming. So I go into Mismagius, but I'm not really sure if I know it's not gonna take damage, but at this point I didn't know if it might still remove the rocks. Luckily it didn't, and it didn't do anything. It didn't affect her and didn't affect the field at all. So that was pretty good because now anytime I know he's gonna do that, I can just switch into Mismagius. And at this point I just went with Shadow Ball because I know I can do some damage because it's Stab and Donphan wasn't that strong. But instead he went to Honchkrow because he knew I was gonna use Thunderbolt. Because no, Donphan would have resisted it, and he used Sucker Punch, and I didn't really see that coming, and I'm an idiot, and that wasn't bad because now Miss Maggie has died, and she's pretty key to this team, and now I can't really stop his rapid spinning. But anyway, so I go into this guy, and I'm an idiot at this point. As soon as I send him out, I knew I'm an idiot. I should have sent Politoed out because I could have still scared off Honchkrow with Ice Beam, but then even when I used Ice Beam, when he switched into this guy, he could have just like taken the Ice Beam too. Instead I go into this, and he's obviously gonna see the Thunderbolt, and he's obviously going to this, and he's obviously just gonna use Rock Spin again. And I use Flamethrower just to do some damage because it's the strongest attack this guy's got, and I get a crit, which is great, and I kill him. So he goes into his Arcanine, and I use Hidden Power Ground because it's super effective. And yeah, it does a pretty decent amount of damage. I mean, Arcanine is pretty, well, tends to be a little bulky, and he takes it. Well, of course, it's not a stab move, and it's only 70 power. So he survives that, but he uses Flare Blitz, which kills me because Manic Trick doesn't tend to be very, very bulky. And that's a very strong fire stab move coming from Arcanine, who is pretty strong in physical offense. So he dies in the recoil damage, but poison will hurt him pretty bad too. So he sends out Honchkrow again, and I kind of saw that coming, so I went to Politoed because I can counter stuff with it pretty well. It has pretty decent coverage too. And I just go for the Ice Beam, and I break the substitute. I thought he's just gonna go with another substitute, but instead he used the move. He went for what is this? Some weird bird move that technically charges, but he had the item Sky Attack, and it did a lot. I was kind of scared. I thought he got a crit with Sniper and he was gonna kill me, but luckily he didn't. He just did a lot of damage because it's a strong stab move. Makes sense. Yeah, he had that item that charges it and it just goes in the first turn. It's pretty cool, I guess. For Honchkrow. So that's out of the way now. And Politoed can't really take too many hits now, but I just stick around, and at this point, I just thought that maybe I can survive some attack, and just do some damage with Ice Beam, but no, I go down. I mean, Politoed doesn't tend to be very good in physical defense. His role in this team especially is just to take water and ice attacks and stuff like that. He tends to be a little bit of a special wall, a tiny bit. Now I go into Wormadam, because I can take his attacks, I'm sure that. He's trained physical defense, but he ends up doing a lot. Like, he almost kills me, which really surprised me. But then again, it's a stab move. So anyway, I go with Gyre Ball, because the difference in our speed is just tremendous at this point. And I kill it. If I had known he's going to use that and do so much damage, I would have used Sucker Punch. But it would have been the same thing anyway. I still would have taken all that damage. So he sends out Hariyama, and he uses Bullet Punch, which doesn't do much, obviously. I mean, it doesn't have Belly Dance yet, Belly Drum yet, and it's a weak move. It's 40 power, so obviously. So I set up my rocks, which is pretty cool because now I have Toxic Spikes and rocks, and he uses the Belly Drum. And at this point, I just used I tried to gyro ball because it's stab, and I know he's faster than me, that's for sure. I mean, this Wormadam is really slow, it has about 60 speed. But unfortunately I don't do all that much because I don't know why. Well, probably because the difference in our speed isn't that big, and because, you know, even though it's stab, it's still a pretty weak move when the speed difference is so small. So he kills me with now the bullet punch after belly drum, but the toxic pretty much kills him. I go into ninetails, knowing that the bullet punch can't do all that much to me, and surprisingly he still gets quite a bit from it. And I know he's gonna die from the poison anyway, so I just use Calm Mind to boost my special attack a little bit, special defense too. And Hariyama goes down from the poison, which is sweet. And he goes to his last Pokemon, which is Asmero, and I didn't know if it has Aqua Jet. I mean, it's a really great move to have on it. So I just went with the Energy Ball because I would have done a lot with Energy Ball, which I have on it, especially with the Calm Mind. But unfortunately, he did have Aqua Jet, so he killed that. So now I just send Drapion because I know he can. Well, actually, I think that was the last thing I had left. Yeah. And he takes the Aqua Jet, surprisingly, kind of well. I mean, he does quite a bit, but he can definitely take another one. And I got a crit with Crunch, which is very lucky. Now, at this point, I'm not sure if I didn't have that crit, if I would have won. I mean, the poison would have worn him down. And now here I take another crit. I mean, another Aqua Jet. Maybe I would have survived the third one. I kind of doubt it, but anyway, who cares? I got the crit, I got the crunch, and I killed. So anyway, great game, SG. Looking forward to another one, and that's it. Peace out, guys.